How you doing? 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 It's World War Prime. Talk about, man. Check it out. Florida cop accused of breaking 17-year-old boy's jaw for messing around with his 13-year-old daughter. Now, personally, I don't know about you, but I seen in my lifetime. I'm not applauding this at all, but I seen in my lifetime that little kids in cheerleading suits at the age of 13 playing around, dancing up and down, making sexy moves with their bodies and shit like that, barely dressed. They in plays, they in cheerleading sessions at the age of 13, barely wearing any clothes. They got swimming suits. The kids barely wearing any clothes. All right, they dress their children with makeup and sexy arrays and sexy clothes and stuff like that, and expect something might not happen at the age of 13, where she might be sexually active or thinking about sex. Okay, this is the information age, and information gets around real quick, especially when you let your girl or your daughter have an iPhone or an iPod or some kind of phone, smartphone and stuff like that, and she's actually seeing a lot of stuff off the web that you've given her. All right, and this man punched this man who daughter accused another cat about doing something with her. The man's a cop. The man's a cop, and the cop punched this man dead in the mouth. Okay, he broke his lower jaw, and he broke in his teeth. Now, personally, I don't know about you, but there's a lot of deviant guys around here that would fuck with a 13-year-old. But nowadays, I don't know. These kids are being very sexualized, and it's getting ridiculous. It's out of hand, and now this cop is going to fucking jail for an assault. Okay, for hitting a guy who had nothing to do with it. The daughter set the situation up, and now her father is in jail because he had a loose cannon attitude towards the guy who she assumed that was messing around with he assumed that was messing around with his 13-year-old daughter. Okay, here go the story.
Was allegedly attacked by a cop at church. Automaton Police officer Lowry Simon was arrested on battery charges, accused of punching a 17-year-old boy who he thought was having sex with his 13-year-old daughter. This is Christian Stanley, who suffered a broken jaw after the altercation. You can see his mouth was left all bloodied, his teeth badly damaged. Stanley claims this was all a big misunderstanding.
But she wrote in the diary that she did this and that with this person. And when the parents found the diary, she switched it up and said that it was me and her that did that for me. And I'm like, none of this happened. I basically just told him what I told his wife. Your daughter tried to kiss me, and I pushed her away. She felt some type of way about that. So that was it. And he was like, "Oh, you're lying."
The alleged assault happened in the parking lot of the Pembroke Park Church of Christ before Sunday morning services. Simon was off duty at the time. He has since been placed on paid leave pending an investigation.
So the daughter initiated the whole freaking thing. Okay, the guy pushed her off, and pushed her off because she wanted to kiss him, and he pushed her off, and she had a big attitude about it. It's amazing how these little women are freaking becoming sounding like grown ass females. Okay, but generation by generation, they are sexually active. You're putting them in prostitution, or you put them in prostituting your own freaking daughters around the world with these pageants and little pageants and baby pageants with all these makeups and stuff like that on, and you got internet all over the place that you give your kid a smartphone, and you wonder why she's brushing up on a 17-year-old, a 13-year-old. Freaking ridiculous, right? I tell you straight up. But I tell you another thing. The Bible has a dictation of information on this trend that will happen if we continue sexualizing our daughters. Okay, this happens generation by generation, and they get smarter by generation when it comes to sex. Okay, here we go. And the guy didn't want to deal with the girl, but the girl was all over him. Remember that. Okay. Leviticus 19 verse 29 in the King James Version of the Bible. Do not prosecute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore. Do not prosecute thy daughter. Do not prostitute thy daughter to become a whore. That means showing her body in pageants, letting her wear makeup, giving her a freaking phone, a smartphone, letting her wear short skirts and all kinds of revealing clothing. Okay, that's prostituting your daughter. To cause her to be a whore. Because that situation, even though you don't mean no harm, will actually cause her to be a whore. Okay? If not her, her daughter. Her daughter. Okay? It happens generation to generation, and they get freaking smarter. Okay? And another thing. Lest the land fall into whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness. Now, you see, the black community has fallen into whoredom. If it's not money, if it's not cars, it's fucking whoredom. And it's simple as that. You see it all over YouTube. You see it in videos and all that stuff like that your daughter enjoys looking at. Okay? And it's simple as that. And this is what happens when you prostitute your daughter. The land becomes what? Whoredom. The land falls into whoredom. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land becomes full of wickedness. Leviticus 19 and 20. And the land is becoming whoredom. It's becoming ridiculous. It's becoming nonsense with these fucking females nowadays. Alright, they're not talking about no am I getting married or having a good relationship or anything like that and having kids. They're talking about being whores. Okay, and as simple as that. These people will actually stay with you for a time and half a time before you have that kid, and next thing you know, you're on Section 8 or welfare, and you're at the fucking goddamn door. And this is a fact. This cannot be fucking goddamn disputed. Okay? If the female is being on the Section 8 on welfare, her ass is on there because she wants to do what she want to do, and she want to be a whore with other men, as well as with her kids. Okay? And as simple as that. I've seen that. And then her kids become whoredom by seeing her mother do what the hell she does. And it becomes more potent, and becomes younger and younger and younger, to the point where you have your 10-year-old, 9-year-old giving birth to children. I'm going to read that again. Do not prostitute thy daughter. Do not prostitute thy daughter to the public. Do not have a short skirts. Don't have a wearing revealing clothes. Don't have a doing sexual movements with their bodies. Do not prostitute thy daughter. Cause her to be a whore, which will cause her to be the whore, and your example will cause her to be a whore, lest the land falls to whoredom, and the land become of wickedness. And this is exactly what happened is. This whole country is pure wickedness. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I told you. And I told you again. I tell you over again. This country has become a land of whoredom. Okay? And it's simple as that. And there's no faithfulness in no fucking whore. Okay? And it's simple as that. Okay? Alright? You can keep that woman. The only way you can keep that woman is to beat her down like the whore she is. And that's where we come to. Because she's a whore. Her daughter's a whore. Her goddamn fucking grandma's a whore. Because this is generational. Okay? It's not funny. It's generational. And it gets worse and worse and worse by the generation. Okay? This is Main Blash. And this is World War Prime.